people use it. Like, you know, Zealot Warpins with Warp Prisms plus a Reaver. It's absurd.
Wait, let me think.
So, I mean...
Oh, wow. Actually, yeah, that could be... Oh, yeah, there's so many other units to put in the Warp Prisms. It's not just...
At the same time, tanks can be picked up from Siege mode using dropships, and they have Ignite Afterburner. There's a lot of different variations.
Yeah, well, I think right now we're going to see a lot of those in one of the most high... I keep saying, like, this is probably the most high-level what am I trying to say? High-level games of the night. But we've had a lot of top-level games with top-level professional players, but both of these guys, professional players, one for Love Your Girlfriend, the other for Root Gaming. In the top left, it's going to be HTOMario working towards the money. He's on his third game right now, beating Sasquatch, beating Rhodesian, and now up against Root Sage. Oh yeah, his opponent. I kind of just spoiled it a little bit. I told people his opponent even before
I think there is him. I don't remember who was fighting versus him. I think on Nathaniel's stream on Wednesday, there's going to be a show match between, I think, Sage and Sasquatch.
So Sage has been playing this, though.
I might be having that wrong. But yeah, shout out to that match. Go watch it whenever it pops up.
Alright, well, we're not in cross positions here. We're actually in pretty close positions, and the third base is very vulnerable, but the natural is vulnerable to drops of HTOMario. The third base of Sage and the natural of HTOMario are both pretty vulnerable to drops. You think we'll see HTOMario use any Vulture drop styles, like he was using against Terran, or maybe mix it up with that Siege Tank opener?
Actually seen Mario's playstyle versus Toss. So, again, he could be play sort of standard mech, or he might go bio. I have no idea. I haven't seen him play this.
Bio mech. We haven't really seen anything even close to that.
I have seen that.
Does it?
But of course, this is at a Master's level. I've seen it. Marine, Medic, and Siege Tank. And eventually you mix in Science Vessels to EMP High Templar. I have seen that versus Protoss.
Wait, do the Ghosts not have EMP?
Nope. Science Vessel.
What do the Ghosts do, then? Just nukes?
They're stronger stat-wise. They're cheaper. They have a spell called Shock. What Shock does is it unsieges, unloads, and unburrows anything you hit it with, and temporarily disables their attack and slows them down. So if you hit a Reaver with that, then you just run in with the bio and take a fight.
There's so many little things.
That's really unexplored. It's really unexplored.
There's so many like upgrades you don't usually see. Well, I have no idea the exact count of upgrades that you can get that aren't just basic like weapons and ground upgrades in StarCraft 2. But in Starbow, it's at least double. At least. Maybe 3 times. Like, there's so much stuff you can get. Like, you have to upgrade... For example, you have to upgrade Irradiate and Plague and all these other spells.
There's a lot of choice.
Everything that an Arbiter can do besides Cloak like has to be upgraded. There's so much... But that kind of is attributed to the playstyle. You don't get to late game as quickly, but it's a lot harder. The defensive advantage is a lot better. You can tech up a little bit easier.
Even +1 takes a lot longer.
Yeah. I mean, you're not just pumping out a mass amount of units and trying to attack. The defensive advantage is too great.
You're fighting the entire time
and
choosing your composition the entire time.
You're kind of just...
For whatever you're reinforced with.
You're clashing a little bit, but you're not ever committing everything. You're never committing to an all-in. I've seen no one pull their SCVs yet, so that's... Well, besides little groups.
It's certain things to the game. Like, you can't, like, use Concussion Shell and just slow armies down and just finish them off and kill them. You always generally have opportunity to retreat, except for some certain circumstances. It's a lot easier to retreat. Zealots aren't going to be charging stuff down. Yeah. That. That's what I wanted to say.
Alright. Taking a look at the scouting information gained by both players, we saw the Nexus was scouted by HTOMario, while at the same time Sage did see the gas. He didn't see the expansion of his opponent, but he can assume it's there based on the buildings in the main. Does he have Singularity Charge? Yep. Dragoon range. He does outrange the 4-range Marines. Well, with the bunker, they're 5-range. But last I checked, 5 is less than 6. So until the siege tank comes out...
cost 50 minerals and 100 gas.
50? 100? Oh, so they're kind of a gas sink instead of being really heavy on the minerals like StarCraft 2. Interesting.
They have a lot more punch, too.
So they're better. They're just a good straight-up melee... not melee unit, but a straight-up fighting unit.
I mean, again, they're not a cost-effective fighting unit, but they're not useless like they are.
They have spells that having a few of them doesn't hurt your army, I guess you could say. And it's a lot harder to max out. It's not like, oh, I'm going to max out with a bad unit composition. No, you're just struggling to max out for most of the game. because
generally, like,
so
even if you go
so
into
expensive.
a goon composition versus, like, Ling Hydra, something like that, at least you can do stuff with it. You're not just utterly hard countered. You can still fight with them to a degree. It's just harder. Generally, we try to tend more towards soft counters instead of straight up hard counters.
I really like that. That way you can kind of make any unit composition work in any situation. It
You can
depends a
still
lot on
fight.
control.
You can still fight.
You put your
You
spells
can
in the
fight,
right place.
try to keep yourself alive, and then you'll just be
No,
reinforcing.
Dragoon! Okay. Okay, I was getting stressed
Ooh.
out. It takes 3 siege tank shots to kill a Dragoon,
Alright,
I
we
believe,
need
so.
3 of those Dragoons to scoot up a little forward, hold position in a small clump. The tanks need to move a little forward and siege up, and then he can talk about how he has top 3 control.
Alright. Those are some high-level plays you're describing there, obviously.
Yeah.
But speaking of high-level plays...
I was there to see that. That was great.
A Reaver on the way. A War Prism's already out, but wait, Mario did scout the Wait, did he scout the Robo Bay? He did. He sees the Robo Bay. There are no Colossi in this game. That Robo Bay is for Reavers and upgrades. We should see Gravitic Drive in a second once he has... Well, he has the gas
Drop
for it.
ships.
He's actually banking up 700 gas. That's why I've seen a lot of these StarCraft 2 players, even the pro players, start to bank up a lot of gas because it doesn't really... Oh my god, here we go. This is awkward.
Yeah, they're not used to it. Oh god, 2 tanks first. 2 tank drop flies by a Reaver Goon drop.
So it looks like these drops coming into play very early on. The turret in the main is going to be a little bit late. Is he going to be able to get these Reavers in here? The tanks are in the natural modes. Look at the Scarabs flying. Oh, the Reaver coming in. Oh, huge clump. And but the tank's in the back. How does he wait, he has nothing here. There's nothing to do with these tanks.
So much damage.
They're just beating the crap out of each
Goon's
other
finally
right
on
now.
his way, but he's not going to win that fight. At the same time, where's that Reaver drop?
It's
Did he
coming
back off?
back.
He backed off.
Yeah, he's come back to deal with the siege tanks,
Oh,
but he can
man.
dodge the Scarab shots with the medevac, or the dropship, correct? Oh, he's sieging up though. That's good. That's a commitment right there. He's gonna drop Reavers on top. Oh, friendly fire though.
Didn't expect the Reaver.
The Dragoon on top. He's not gonna be able to take this. Oh my god, the mic.
Ooh,
Oh,
you can take the. Oh wow. Oh, that Reaver shot connected.
yeah, he lost the siege tank to the Scarab. Nice dodging
Oh,
so
if he
far.
can get the Reaver.
This is what is going on. That
off.
Reaver has so little HP, but so does the dropship. He lost a tank. This is like I'm not entirely sure what I watched right there, but I enjoyed it.
So in Starbow, we made great lengths to remove micro because we feel it's not fair for casual players.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've kind of understood with the way StarCraft 2 design
If you
has
haven't been
gone so
watching
far.
that fight right there, that's kind of what happened there.
Yeah, obviously the player who
It
micro
was done
less,
for the players.
that was actually the AI controlling those units, right?
That would be sick AI.
Yeah, being able to. Oh, he did lose the siege tank. I can't actually tell who came out ahead there. I think Sage did.
He lost a tank. He killed a lot of probes.
Nah, it's
Wait,
4 to
how many probes
6.
did he
It's
kill?
4 to 6. Workers don't die as easily as it seems.
Well, if he had gone like 2 vultures instead of another tank, I think that would have been a lot better. Because then he could have cleaned up a lot more probes.
I think he only had tanks at that point. I think he wanted the vultures back for some mobile defense against the Reavers. Because having the tanks, if they're not sieged up, will just die to the Reaver shots, so...
Yeah, very
Oh,
true.
Dragoons!
But I mean, he didn't know the Reaver was on the way until he passed by it.
I mean, he should have realized there was a Reaver drop coming in, but he didn't know the exact timing. Because he didn't see it when it came out.
Just a warning, the Viking, when it lands, it has a bit stronger of an attack. So that can be some mean harassment there.
Do they actually have... They have the same amount of HP as they do in StarCraft 2, correct? Right?
I think so.
I believe so. It looks like the
There's a
same
lot of
amount
things
to
to
me.
keep track of.
Yeah, I don't know the exact differences. I'm starting to get a feel of... Oh my god, look at this. Look at this Dragoon spread. Look at... There's so many things out on the map that both players are just keeping tabs on. Actually, a lot of these are HTOMarios. Pink and yellow look pretty similar on the minimap. I do have to complain about that a little bit.
You could change the colors.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Eh, good enough. Make it interesting. No one knows what's on the minimap.
Oh, that's so annoying. Now to get that base, he's got to go up a ramp versus a Reaver and a Goon.
How does he kill that? Spider mines or
siege.
something? Oh, he's just going,
Siege.
man.
He could just...
He could
can
drop
force him
siege
out.
tanks on top of it while
Yeah,
putting the
that's
Vikings in, it looks like. But Sage already has a third base up and running.
Almost
Ooh.
loses the Reaver, too.
There's no gravitic drive, though. There's no warp prism speed, so...
Oh, see the Viking. How much faster the Viking is really matters.
He got the Reaver out, but that's going to take at least 2.5 years to make its way back across the map. So.
Yeah.
Is there another warp prism?
Warp prism anywhere? No.
Nope, no more warp prisms on the map. He's just going for goons. Oh, is this an Arbiter rush? I would say this is a very quick Arbiter Tribunal.
That's an actually interesting part of Brood War meta, is players have started going for faster and faster Arbiters.
Just getting that, they have so much utility with their spells, and you just keep.
It's amazing.
You can't just take it late because getting Arbiters out is not that big a deal, but having their spells is a lot more important.
It's a much different playstyle.
Oh,
very interesting.
No, the Reaver!
8 arms, which weaker.
I think the Reaver's gonna survive. It's gonna kill.
Nice.
Oh, that
Nice.
Scarab! Run! Oh wait a second. If it goes out of vision range, does the Scarab stop tracking?
No, it has a range.
Oh, so that's what happened there. The Vulture just ran out of range.
It just blows up after a certain range.
Fair enough. Will it actually do
whatever's nearby?
It will do damage to whatever's nearby still.
It will. Yeah, it will hurt whatever.
That Scarab, once it's in the air, is going to hit something and do damage if it does. So. Ugh. Now we see Sage moving out with a lot of Dragoons. We see 16 Dragoons. 10 siege tanks, though, and he's in position. HTOMario's been keeping a good track on where his opponent is at most times. Where's that scan? Hey, let me look at his vision.
Ooh, okay, this is tricky, man. These Reavers can actually just
one
hit
Reaver,
the mines
that's
from far,
it.
kill
and
the
it's
Reavers,
still...
the Vultures from
Oh!
far.
Big
Ooh.
damage on those Vultures, but HTOMario's moving out. He doesn't actually know exactly where the army is. He sees it now. He scans the Observer. Not that that's really that important, but he's caught on siege. The Dragoons are moving in. There's Zealots on top. Oh my... He's gonna be able to do friendly fire on top of the siege tank. Some of the siege tanks.
Zealots.
Oh no, he's target firing. Look, he was target firing for a second, but then he lost control of his siege tanks, and the Zealot did the damage, and Sage taking a decisive engagement. Oh, that was really good
Maybe
for a
if he
little
had
bit.
landed the Vikings in front of the tanks, that would have been better. But that split, the split of the siege tanks, the spread of them, that was really bad setup for a fight.
I don't know why he decided.
mines.
He saw the army and he
mines.
still moved forward and tried to take the engagement, which I thought was less
I guess
than ideal.
He overestimated his own strength against his opponents and thought, yeah, I can take this fight. We have another drop ship at the bottom left, filled with mainly Goliaths and a Vulture. Goliaths will shred workers quicker than siege tanks will. Minus siege mode, of course. Ooh, nice, okay. Drop some mines on the ramp. At the bottom left corner. Picks up some probes.
So spider mines, they can only be seen once they've been activated unless you have detection, correct?
Correct.
But once they've been activated, you can target them down before they launch on the units. So a little bit, you can actually micro against them. Does it prioritize the AI in the fight? Like if you're in a fight,
no, you actually do need to target fire the mines over something like Vultures.
So if you are walking into a minefield during a fight, you're gonna take damage from the mines unless you have like perfect micro them.
Or they just have that as their first target.
Speaking of a minefield, oh my god, there's no siege tanks to back this up. I don't really see him moving through this. I think he's looking for observers right now. Oh, he missed it. It's right on top of the mines. And he's just ripping through this. But
and that would hold him at bay so much. Oh,
Vulture's not taking any of this.
Look at that entire minefield.
I like how he's cutting off the Dragoons here. He's gonna try to get into the probe line, but... Oh, mine's trying to be activated. Only a couple gonna make it, though.
Vultures at the 6 o'clock.
Oh!
Got in the mineral line.
Big damage on the Zealots, and it looks like Sage is gonna move forward towards the natural ramp. Spider Mine's being activated on a single Zealot. There is not really much here. Ben, the cloak from the Arbiter, protecting almost all the units until the scan is laid down, and Mario being driven back, though he does have a supply lead.
Land the Vikings on the high ground. He's got so many Vikings.
He's overcharging his factories. He needs reinforcements. He's able to take out these siege tanks in almost a single volley here. Where's Mario's supply? He still has more supply. Oh my god, there's so many probes. Oh, there's a tank! There's a huge drop in the main that killed all the probes. And the Vultures are at the 3rd. The Vultures are at the 4th. There's no more probes left, and Mario holds. He's actually in a supply lead right now.
How on earth?
He got
that was really good that
triple mineral line evisceration there. With Vultures and 2 bases and a drop in the main. Only the natural remains unscathed. 41 workers killed.
Though, Sage has more bases. He can actually, start to get his workers back. Well, as soon as these Vultures are cleared up.
41 workers killed for HTOMario, and he still has the Vultures to clean up against only 13 of Sage.
Big drop incoming.
Oh, is it a Doom drop? No.
Not quite a Doom drop.
Are these two Is that just for tanking? Oh, I think he realized he didn't have anything in there and he split it off.
It's like, oh, okay.
There's nothing. He scans. He sees the Arbiter. He's not going to be able to take out those vultures.
All vultures.
Oh, the only untouched mineral line is about to get touched in a very, very damaging manner.
Needs a little bit of target fire.
Gotta target fire those probes down in order to maximize damage. He's not going to be able to do anything against the Dragoons, really.
He could have actually swept up that entire
There's no observer. There's no observer on these spider mines. He's trying to draw the Dragoons in. Oh, I guess this one vulture.
One vulture being annoying.
My god.
Oh god.
6. Oh, the Dragoon. The spider mine's not quite in range. What is the range on spider mines?
One spider mine connection? Nope.
He's just trying to draw the Dragoons closer. Are they on hold position right now? It looks like they are.
Yes, they are.
That's pretty smart. I think he knows the spider mines are there.
And this is why I don't have game part.
I'm pretty sure.
Can you actually check that?
I can't check hold position, but the fact the AI didn't. Oh no. Oh yeah, he knew the spider mines were there. So that was pretty smart. Sage on top of it
smart.
still.
Doesn't want a spider mine like splashing on the probes accidentally.
And
the Dragoon is precious because he is so down on probes.
It's 157 to 156 supply after all of this. 22.5 minutes into the game. Constant action on either side. Oh, the minefield.
Look at this minefield.
Oh my. There's an observer though. He sees it. He can outrange it with the Dragoons. He's tanking a lot of the damage.
Yeah,
look at those zealots tank damage.
It will take forever to sweep this.
I think that's the entire point.
A tank can get in position.
Yeah. And he's using this. He's buying time for the drops to get in, the vultures. He's just working on the economy, but the 4 Nexi are really kicking in. He's got his probe count back up. Mario looking to bring it right back down.
Oh, he gets the probe under the observer. Now he can't push.
Yeah, there's no way. Mario
sweeping denied.
Did he just? He took Sage. I want to say that's Sage's third base, but Sage decided to expand on the bottom side of the map while Mario
drop at the main of toss.
There's barely any probes here. He's gonna split them off, the vultures off though. Goliaths are in production as well. Is that for the Arbiters?
It can help versus warp prisms. It can help versus observers. It can also just kill zealots. They're not terrible versus zealots.
Because there's
they
no
serve as
Hellion.
a shield for tanks.
It doesn't seem like vultures are amazing against the zealots. They don't have the splash, and zealots are just pretty tanky. So,
they actually do though. They have 20 damage shot. Versus zealots, they deal best versus light. They can actually focus them down pretty quickly, but yeah, a big component is the mines and the splash damage from the tanks, all combining to kill the zealots.
Mario's been amazing on these vulture drops, though. He's been really keeping... I like the combination. Everything he's doing with vultures is pretty amazing this game. He has the minefields. They might not be that effective. They might not take that many units out, but it's there to buy time. It's there to buy space, to allow him to do these vulture drops and pull the units back out of position to buy even more time and even more space. He's doing a great job just using all the tools at his disposal, and it's only costing minerals.
Going down.
But he just wasted so many mines on like 4 zealots there. He's running them through the mineral field. There are no scans though. On top of that DT, he's working through the minefield. The siege tank spread is amazing though. Siege tank spread over almost half of the map here, and it looks like this planetary is going to be the next under fire. But the drop in the main, a Goliath drop. Actually,
where are these SCPs going?
They don't really have very many options at the moment.
Oh, Archon into an Archon grinder. Oh, that's pretty.
No, this is just going to allow him to max out with a better composition. Let's look at the bright side here.
I like the idea of him taking the 9 o'clock, but he didn't really follow it up well. He didn't really get his army over there into position to protect it.
He didn't react
if he had
at all.
Yeah, if he had leapfrogged over there, then it would have been really hard for him to try to take that out.
72 workers killed by these vultures, almost exclusively so far. There's another drop. Goliath drop on the Templar! He's gonna get 4 or 5 Templar if he doesn't start storming here. Oh, it doesn't kill them very fast, but... that Goliath is trying so hard right now.
The probe line at the below the 3 o'clock base is dead again.
Yeah,
there's just one vulture.
He is relentless. He is absolutely relentless with these drops. I
love it.
The vultures all around the map, the spider mines creating an almost impassable field. It takes forever for the Protoss army to move through. How many observers? 6 observers. He knows the threats.
I think we should add healing to mechanical units on the dropships.
Was that sarcasm or serious? I can't even tell right now. I'm like, these dropships are looking pretty good at the moment.
Hope everyone's just like, oh god.
Oh my, sweet jeez that. Did I just say jeez this? Anyways, I'm getting my tongue all tied up. because I can't really tell if we're in Burma right now with the amount of spider mines on the field. Oh, oh! He has no detection! He's scanning, but the spider mines are activating. Oh my god, they're activating on just 2 zealots. Great usage of the zealots to tank the spider mines. He's working through. Oh, actually, wait a second. Not as efficient here.
Okay.
This is just buying time. Look where the vultures are going. They're gonna go towards those mineral lines. Knowing HTOMario, he's gonna work towards those mineral lines in just a few seconds. Oh my god. This is at least. This is a 20 vulture run by. This is a 30 vulture run by. And he's falling back. He needs to like keep an arbiter at these bases or something to recall units. You think that'd be a decent idea? Just keeping an arbiter each base.
Wall loss.
Also, he's on the 27 probes again. 88 killed. Like he doesn't even care about these vultures.
Oh, the vultures are just he's just like, you know what?
Screw it. I don't care.
Have him.
Oh, here we go again.
Somewhat. Oh, I mean, if he had kept all those vultures and then gone to the other probe line, I think that would have just been kind of a killing blow there.
Well, the thing is, Sage still has 163 army supply.
Oh, God.
Over 75% of his potential army.
That's
his
a
potential
definite
supply.
safety blanket.
Like, I don't see how HTOMario can actually push out against this. I guess it irradiates on the zealots with a good engagement. I think at this point, he's not even going to push out. I think he's just going to make it so Sage has to push into him. But the thing is, there's so many mineral patches left. He can reproduce these probes eventually.
Like,
where's he going?
Does he have like
Oh
100 supply worth of army chasing a single vulture?
What is this, the
that
Gold
what's
League?
happening?
Sage? I think he's relying on Slept-All army hockey a little bit too much here.
He is 1-ing. He is 1-ing the hell out of his army.
Oh,
and he's getting
Goliath run by or waddle by is a little bit more accurate. But now he's finally splitting his units.
Oh, and these Goliaths are actually going to be able to take down some cannons. This is late game. This is 2-2 mech. It's quite a bit better.
3-3 in just like 3 seconds.
Normally would be.
Yeah, he's within a minute of 3-3 right now. It actually takes 6 minutes to make the 3-3 upgrades. Holy, that is such an investment.
Well,
you have to be
SC2
sure.
time, which is like 1.38 times real time.
Yeah, I mean,
So
6
around
minutes.
like 4 minutes.
We're talking no. We're talking just the fact that it's in-game time. 6 minutes of in-game. That's That's 1/5 of the game so far has been invested in getting these 3-3 upgrades. He's very vulnerable during that point. That's so much gas tied up. He does have gas to spare though. The minerals are actually what he's on 4 bases. He's got decent mineral income. Let's actually look at the income. Oh, well, I guess that's to be expected.
Is it gonna be sad?
That's to be expected when you have no probes.
It's closer than I thought it would be. It's just Mario hasn't expanded as much.
I would really love to see like 1 arbiter at each of these bases. Cost him.
Mario has focused so much of his APM on just
dying
mine.
Spider Mine's being activated, actually getting a lot of good shots in the Dragoon Zone. Another big one. He can't afford to reproduce these. Neither player is really maxed out. Sage actually has a higher army supply. Here we go. EMP across the entire army. Oh, stasis field. Wait, did he just stasis?
Accidentally nerve jammered himself.
Oh, well okay. It looks like Sage is winning this army winning this fight absolutely convincingly. Actually, what's happening? What's going on here? Stasis field on all the science vessels. He didn't actually get any EMPs off, right? No real. Yeah, he didn't get the EMPs. Does stasis field outrange EMP? Science vessels versus arbiter.
Should I actually tell Mario that Nerve Jammer does its delts not taken?
Yeah, let him figure it out for himself.
Delt not taken.
Is that different than Brood War?
Nerve Jammer wasn't in Brood War. This is a custom spell.
Interesting. I think he'll learn when his army just starts.
Yeah, just
being terrible.
It just stops doing damage. Oh man. Okay, it's calmed down a tiny bit, but oh man, the Protoss army has dwindled so much.
He's still at 147 supply, but look at this: 3-3 mech army against +1 ground weapons. +1. That's it. That's all he has. The investment in upgrades is not.
Mario is actually kind of giving him too much time to stabilize and get back in this. Like, finally the mech push is happening. Finally the mech push is happening. Now.
How many siege? We're looking at 18 siege tanks, 12 vultures, 10 science vessels, 70 spider mines already laid down.
Storm.
Oh. The EMPs wash over the entirety of the and the arbiters too. Wait a second here.
no army.
There's no
Where's the
spells. He can't do
Where?
anything. This army is going to get chopped to pieces. The one in the top left, Sage still has a little bit in the at his natural, but this army is now trapped. It has no spells, no potential. Are there any arbiters to recall out? He could recall those units out, but instead is leaving them to die right now, but it's also bringing his army into position. He's flanking around from the right-hand side. It looks like engagement's happening from every angle. Sage, storming on top of the siege tanks. Dragoons on the high ground and on the low ground combining. It looks like Sage will actually win the engage. The siege tank line in the back is all the only thing standing between this Protoss army and victory for Sage now, beating back the push and suddenly taking a decisive advantage. Wait a second.
Oh god.
The tables are being flipped so many times here. It's 89 to 68 army supply. Despite the lack of upgrades, the engagement angle was beautiful. He really used that high ground to maximum effect to win that engagement. I don't know if he's won yet though. It's still so even.
Had to let him know. He just kept casting nerve jammer on his own army, and that went awful for him because of it.
The siege tanks are in full retreat. He's gonna lose 3, 4, 5 more siege tanks. It's so painful. And Mario, he only has a handful of siege tanks left.
Nice EMP. That forces him back.
Yeah, he's able to hold the line. He still has 5 bases mining. The income is actually, the mineral income is in favor of Sage, but the gas income is in favor of Mario right now, so.
I feel like the Protoss should be doing a little bit more harassment and hitting his weak spots. Like, there's not a lot of things on
the
top
science
part of the map.
vessels. He just gave away his science vessels. At least a handful there. He got some EMPs off, but he just lost 3 or 4 for the cost of that.
I think they're both kind of in like one-on-one army fight mode instead of actually focusing on the bigger picture here.
Well, I mean, we're 37 minutes into the game. Neither of them have dealt really critical damage to the others. It's hard to tell. Like, I'm keeping the units tab open because that's almost more relevant than the production tab right now. But the zealot bombs on the siege tank, this could be it. This could. Oh, he doesn't get them all out. The Vikings actually take it out. He's going through a choke point with EMP.
Oh, that choke is so brutal for clumped up armies.
Oh my. And the EMP ripping through the shields. It's 2 shots to kill. Wait, +3? It could be even. No, that doesn't one-shot Dragoons, but it gets pretty close once they have their shields stripped away. So. Oh, spider mines, spider mines! And 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Oh my god, that was pretty effective there in the middle of the map. Finally, the spider mine's getting some purchase. Are there any observers? Only 2 left on the map, and it looks like Mario is going to take the initiative and move out. This is not a very big army out of Sage right now. He needs to retreat to the rest of his forces. Sage is expanding to the top right. That actual left-hand side, that 9 o'clock base, still has not really been taken in any meaningful way. There's still a lot of patches. This game could go on like it has been for many minutes.
If he manages to hold it and like there's no aggression brought upon it, that's actually pretty huge. But I think he's going for it right now.
It's still 100 to 100 army supply. The upgrades so far in favor of Mario's army, but the engagement angles and the control of Sage seem to be superior. He's sieging up, but the army's already in front of him. He's not going to engage in that. Spider mines! Oh, landing right on top. Will the spider mines not connect if they're cloaked?
It will still connect.
It'll still connect even if they cloak.
Invisible units are not targeted by them, so you do need detection.
So if you run into the spider mine, it targets, and then you run into cloak. It will still follow you, right?
Yes.
All right. Good to know.
It will keep you as a target.
Because I was making sure like he wasn't scanning just to make sure the spider mine would go off there. Oh, just a minefield. I don't think. Oh, Mario. Yeah, he unsieged. He knows what's happening. He has a few siege tanks just to hold the line, and a Goliath run by moving towards Sage's new fresh base. But only vultures and spider mines here to push back. This minefield going to be driven back with the siege tanks. Oh, unleashing big volleys and EMPs on top of those Dragoons, gonna force him backwards here. The Goliath.
Big boo! Yeah, but Goliath on the 3 o'clock managed to slip in.
Yeah, there's still a lot of patches here, but this is a pretty big base to take out. Not so much to deny Sage's mining, but for Mario to have another expansion here as the game goes on.
Yeah, he's already building that at command center up on the high ground.
And here's the 1A again. He's moving the entire army back to deal. That's a pretty solid amount of Goliaths, but I think only maybe a third of this army would be required. And now this gives Mario...
Right now. Just get out of there and pincer the Protoss army.
He keeps making this mistake. This allows Mario to get mines all throughout the middle.
Oh, he gets it!
What? What just happened? He actually was able to pick it off with the Goliath missiles?
Yeah.
Is there any... There's only one more Arbiter on the field. And oh, wait a second! Wait a second! Surprise! Oh, the Vulture's coming through a choke point. That's so many units. The EMPs over all the Dragoons, but he still can't fight. Oh, wait! The Vulture flank! The Vulture flank is coming towards the high ground right now. He's gonna be trapped between a rock and a Vulture place. This entire army is about to get slaughtered. The base is going to fall. Nerve Jammer is going to be used on top of the Dragoons. It looks like Mario has learned how to use them effectively. He's going to be forced back, but the mines are completely flanking every part of Sage's army. He needs to recall out. Where's the Arbiter?
He's being taken down in the top right corner. 2 DTs and 2 Zealots.
Where is the Arbiter? Is it with the army? There's an Arbiter on the left. There's an Arbiter on the right, but he hasn't used... Wait, does he even have recall research?
Oh, he's going in.
I don't think so.
He's going in with the Arbiter. This could be
Can he
game-changing.
recall?
There's only 1 missile turret. There's not enough defense.
Can he recall on top? He needs to recall that army. He needs to get the army out, and he needs to do damage. Those are both things that need to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Now.
There's an army set up.
No, no, he's losing it. He's using it. The recall in the main. That's so weird. And he got the Warp Prism too. The Warp Prism can actually bring some extra units in. If he had Warp Gate, he could warp him in, but Warp Gate has not yet been researched, I don't believe. But the huge Vulture run by.
Right,
the storms in the main though. Both players trading blows. These Vultures going up against cannons, a huge choke point here, really minimizing their damage. I can't tell. There's no more production but the siege tanks. He let him siege up. There's still Templar.
Oh, that's a nice Sim City too.
There's still Templar in the Warp Prism.
Do a lot of damage.
It looks like Mario is getting the better end of this exchange. Oh, the storm on the siege tanks, getting through all of them. But he has no warp gate. He can't warp in units. Sage is still mining from this 3 o'clock location. Yeah, this is where you need warp gate. When you get into this point in the game, there's no more recall. It costs, I believe, 150 energy. He can't recall back into the main. This army gonna try to clean up. The Nexus looks like it will fall, and Sage is running low on money. Mario may have taken... Oh, wait a second. Not the greatest stasis field. The Vultures going for this round. I think this might be checkmate. This might be checkmate. There's siege tanks and science vessels. GG! GG! 45 minutes later, Mario will be taking the match.
Well done.
Against Root Gaming Sage.
There was still another army on the map that was stuck at that choke, but again, it was surrounded by mines and tanks.
That is what I wanted to see. Oh.